who you have your money on? Who do you think is going to get this last sub 15?
Early on in the event, had a lot of weight on their shoulders. They felt a lot of pressure having to nail a sub 15 run as soon as possible. Before they all go away. But I think as soon as you get one of these sub 15 runs, that weight is completely off your shoulders. You can play a lot more confidently. It's easier to resets. I think your decision making would be a lot less clouded once you've secured one of these sub 15s. So really, I think looking at the players that have already secured some of the bounties, Rainix, Ninja Brain, and Caesar in particular, who's already taken 2 bounties, I think they'll be in very clear mental spaces, especially with Rainix, who is actually PB'd during this tournament, feeling quite good about himself. So I think the odds in there are in their favour. But the other runners, as we've said, very capable of getting these times, but maybe they'll be feeling disheartened that they missed out on these early sub 15 runs.
Yeah, I definitely think that I definitely agree with your assessment. I think once you get one, it totally takes a lot of pressure off, and I think that would 100% improve the mental state. And I think that also with one remaining, I don't know if that would help or hurt people's perspectives. Maybe it'd put it might make people reset harsher, or maybe it makes people, I don't know, more optimistic in certain runs. I'm not sure, but it's definitely interesting that to see maybe potential changes. Tomorrow, if there's one available, I don't know. I mean, who knows? It could go to anyone, and I wonder if people are gonna play for that right away. If they're gonna try and go for the top time. It's gonna be interesting to see the perspective here for these players.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it'll be interesting to see if the mentality changes over the next couple of days. Obviously, with there being one bounty left right now, if it remains for tomorrow, then that pressure is still going to be on. Personally, I would say it's a little bit higher because there is just one remaining attempt here. So you're going to come in first thing tomorrow morning and try and hammer out these runs as quickly as you can, or you're going to focus a little bit more on trying to get those consistent runs coming in. Although with it being Minecraft, as we've seen, consistency is not always in your control.
100%. And yeah, there's just a lot of randomness, so it's somewhat hard to be consistent. But I mean, at the same time, I think we've seen consistency already in this event from a lot of these players. So it's interesting to see how consistent people can play on such inconsistent runs.
It just shows a different kind of skill when it comes to speedrunning games like this. Like the on-the-fly routing that you have to do. It's like you have 4 or 5 mini goals that you're aiming for each time to complete a run. And it's a case of you're not necessarily going to complete them all in the same order, in the same way. And it's trying to make those correct decisions to find the things that you need, and claim that fast time. We've seen it with Rainex's 12:38 there. The question is, how long will it stand?
For sure.
Well, interesting fact coming up now. It is there. If anybody gets on a pace for a sub 15-minute time, it would be their last run of the night. We're getting very, very close. 13 minutes remain until our runners get to decide if they're going to continue the run that they're doing, or if they're going to start one more run. And when that clock strikes 3 a.m., that's going to be it. They have to make that choice right there and then. Does your new run continue, or do we finish for the night?
Really interesting to see. There's not much time left, and the runners do have to start making that judgment call somewhat soon if they want to finish off the run or go for another. So it's definitely going to be an interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what these runners choose to do, and it probably will see some runners play out runs for a while, I would guess. Whereas other runners will probably see reset and sort of call it quits for the day pretty soon. We'll have to wait and find out. I think this has gone great. I think these runners are playing so well throughout the day, and I'm just so pumped to see the next 2 days. If any crazy times come out of this.
Rainix is playing a particularly interesting overworld route right now. He's went into a desert temple and taken TNT out of the trap, and he's using it to cut down trees and that kind of thing. Simply is a little unsure about what crafts he needs to make. He secured some iron out of the chests as well, which is always nice. He's even made a diamond pickaxe from diamonds out of the temple chests. So this is actually, it's a rare route. It's not often that a pyramid gives you very good loot, but when it does give you good loot, it's a very good paced run. Here he's entering potentially sub 230 on what's otherwise considered a bad seed. He spawned in a desert with no village, no shipwreck, no anything, but he's able to enter the Nether very quickly with a very strange and uncommon route. So that's another thing that we can see out of these runners is that while we do see the similar routes played over and over, a lot of these villages, a lot of these shipwreck worlds and everything, there are a lot of secret or uncommon routes that we can see come out from a lot of these players.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say that that pyramid was quite lucky. Getting 3 diamonds and 6 iron is pretty much everything you can ask for. I will say another thing about the temples that's kind of nice is they actually give you a little bit of food. You can get both rotten flesh and also golden apples, both notch apples and regular golden apples. And so, those two combined, actually, they kind of work. Your rotten flesh kind of gives you the sprinting ability, and then you can heal up with the golden apple. It works. It's not the most consistent, but it's probably not as good as like bread or something simpler like that, but it does work. We can see right next here running into some mediocre terrain, though. Looks like there might be a fortress, which is good. I
We
think
pull up Feinberg's stream right now. He's in a bastion at 240.
Oh wow!
He entered at a ruined portal, and he's in a bastion.
Oh my god!
2 to 3 minutes earlier than we can usually expect. So this is some amazing pace right now. He secured an iron pickaxe. He secured some obsidian as well. He's got a bit of a lava now.
No, it's not.
He's running
He's
down
lucky.
the bastion. This is amazing pace, really. If he has a spawner, this is potentially even world record pace right now. All he needs to secure is the fortress. This could be, one of the best runs that he gets. Or at least it's very good pace in the bastion. He could be leaving potentially even sub 4, which is unreal pace.
Absolutely.
Wait to see if he's able to secure the fortress. Something important about doing the bastion first. Not only does it secure pearls, which is good for traveling around, it gives you fire res as well, so the blaze fight is a lot easier. But something he'll be able to get is respawn anchors. We can see respawn anchors used to kill the dragon, but also you can see in the Nether, players in situations like Feinberg's, where Feinberg has very little food, if any. If his hunger gets too low, if his health gets too low, he'll be able to set his spawn with the respawn anchor with some glowstone. He's just punched that big thing. That's great. Be able to set his spawn and purposely reset his health and hunger. That is a lot of string. He's got some amazing trades. He's getting very unlucky on his pearl trades though. He needs at least 12 pearls to feel very comfortable leaving this bastion.
There's some more pearls. There's
pearl
12.
trade. He's got 12. He's got plenty of beds. He's got plenty of fire res. 16 obsidian. String keeps pouring in. He's not going to use nearly that much.
There's another pearl trade. Out.
He might. I'd really love to see him greed out another 2 obsidian here, but it looks like he's going to be leaving with only 18 obsidian. If the blind travel is far, he won't be able to convert this gets into a potentially very good run, but now he's on his way to look for a fortress. He might have one, he might not. Judging by the fact that he's not opening his pie chart, I think he's got a fortress.
Oh my god, what a seed.
This is an amazing pace run. He should be blinding at like 7 minutes or something. So while this is not a Sulsan Valley fortress, this fortress has a lot of lava underneath, which means that there's not a lot of spawning spaces available for, other mobs like zombie piglins or magma cubes or that kind of thing. So he should be able to drop his render distance, and a lot of stray blazes will start spawning in. Here we should see Feinberg making hopefully he'll be making a bed. Looks like he's actually just going to use gold pickaxes instead to break out these blocks.
No.
Really not
Feinberg
maximizing
doesn't like
on the amount of blazes that he could get out of the spawner.
It's okay. It's okay. He's doing fine. He's doing fine. It's still gonna go be pretty fast, probably.
We see all of the other top runners when they have a situation like this, when they're unsure to blaze, they'll craft a fishing rod. Considering Feinberg had some 2.5 stacks of string, he definitely had the amount of he had string available to him, but he still seems to be getting pretty fortunate with the blaze spawns. He hasn't set his spawn with a respawn.
The first
yeah, he's getting very unlucky with the blaze rods, but he's playing very risky right now. Setting a spawn with a respawn anchor here and resetting his hunger is probably what we're going to see now. So here he goes.
No.
Still not making it. He's really just... Wow, the rods are coming in now. He's at 5. 5 at 7 minutes. Still not seeing the respawn anchor. He's got another blaze spawns. If this drops... Oh, it doesn't get the drop. With a drop there, he could have been blinding at, a mid-7 time, which would have been, I think, the fastest blind of the tournament, should that blaze have dropped.
I'm just kind of shocked he hasn't reset his hunger here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing nothing right now. He's just completely dormant time.
Here we see the benefit of a blaze bed. So if he had blaze bedded, it'd be far more likely for those 2 spawns of blazes to spawn a lot more than just the 1 blaze. So he's getting punished for not utilizing a blaze bed here. Needs 1 more rod and he'll be leaving. There he goes. Alright, so we're getting perhaps a low 8 or maybe a mid 8 minute time.
Solid time. Solid time.
On the blind. So comfortable sub 15 pace for sure. Probably not world record pace anymore. Here we go with the hunger reset. So he's set his spawn at the respawn anchor and then taken a death with the pearl. Now he's blind traveling. So his health is completely reset, his hunger is completely reset. Be able to enter this overworld completely replenished. So 8:39 blind into an ocean. Love to see that. So he doesn't have to dig out of a cave or anything. He got an eye break, which is very unfortunate. He needs a 1 eye now. Checking the distance of the stronghold. Since this is quite a shallow ocean, even though it's fairly likely that the stronghold will be exposed, a shallow ocean like this could hide the stronghold underneath one of these coral reefs. Did you happen to see the angle change at all?
I didn't catch it. I did not catch the angle change. It was too fast for me.
His first angle was quite inaccurately gathered.
Yeah,
anyway,
I don't know.
And
I think
we've
maybe
got another 2 minutes until the hour cuts off, so this will likely be Feinberg's last run of the night. Not sure if
Only a good one to end on.
Other runners.
A quick update on them. We have everybody pretty much at the start of a run here, apart from Raynex, who is about 4 minutes into a run at the moment, is in the Nether. Question is, will they go for that quick reset or not? while we're cooking this thing, I'll put us back to having a look at them all, still focusing on Feinberg until we see this stronghold coming in. You can see the probe.
So yeah, Feinberg has dropped his render distance, which is a strategy obviously used in fortresses as well, but he's done it in this ocean so that dolphins can spawn in. So you're a fair bit more fast using a dolphin than a boat. A boat, you travel at 8 blocks a second. A dolphin, you travel at 9.8 blocks a second. So a fair bit faster. Start to spawn one in by lowering his render distance, restricting his mob cap to only 2 chunks in every direction from him. Wasn't able to get the spawn, unfortunately. Checking his angle, looks like he was quite unlucky with the stronghold distance, but he's still got another 4 minutes to beat the dragon. So
Very likely, I would say. It's
another
just a solid
2
chance.
or 3 minutes to find the portal room and enter it. He has had 2 eye breaks, so he needs 2 eyes already in the portal, which is about a 1 in 3 chance.
Not bad though. It's very, very achievable here for Feinberg to get the final sub 15. Additionally, I'd like to note Raynex is actually leaving, or is going to be leaving a housing bastion pretty soon as well. So not bad pace. Dylan entering the Nether, sub 3. Looks like everyone is pretty much on their final world of the night here.
That is it. We have struck the top of the hour. It is 3 a.m. All our runners are now officially on their last run of day 1. So when they die, or if they decide that's it, that will be them for the day. So it'll be interesting to see how many of these runs are going to. I just said that, and it looks like Sizzler has already, unfortunately, finished there.
Yeah, he ended pretty well. He's $8,000 richer, so I think he's okay to call it quits for the day. Meanwhile, though, Feinberg is on 12 minutes and is eyes going one direction. It does seem like it's shifted a little bit, but a third, that's 4 eye breaks.
And unfortunately, that just literally a minute after the cut-off point there, and Feinberg has to call it a night, unfortunately. You hate to see it.
Very frustrating.
Yeah, and it's something worth noting that in the Bastion, he chose to leave a little earlier. He did have a fair amount of gold in his inventory, but he could have secured the calculated travel, the 20 obsidian, but he chose to leave on only 18 obsidian. So when he had that bad stronghold distance, how far away it was, he wasn't able to convert that into a decent paced run like in someone else has had a calculated run already, I think. I can't quite recall. Yeah, getting punished for not getting the full 20 obsidian at the Bastion when it was available. Kuraway starting his Bastion sub 5. Ninjabrain entering his Nether. Dylan also in the Nether at 4 minutes. Doesn't seem to. Dylan's entering a bridge. Sub 5 as well. So Kuraway and Dylan on very similar runs right now. Ninjabrain has entered a mid 3 minute time into the Nether, which is quite late. Seems like he's likely got a structure, unless he's maybe building a house here.
It looks like Ninjabrain is building a beautiful little house here. We'd love to see it. Very good.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy, but it works out quite a lot of the time, building a house.
Can you use the X coordinate of the left side of the structure here to divine travel? Is that what I've heard?
Yeah. I think this is a divine house that he's making. Using the fossil in the Nether to make an excellent house. Yeah, a great strategy. It's really what you come to expect from these runners, is making the most of their surroundings when building a house.
Yes, and we do have, it looks like, I think Curryway and Dylan, probably the two, or Illumina is checking the Nether and is probably done with this Nether. That is not what you like to see. But yeah, so now Curryway getting a little bit of pearls, but no fortress on the on. Yeah, that's not ideal. Leaving the bastion at 6:30. It's
And
not
he's
too
at
bad, but
quite a high render distance as well. I think he's at
is he?
around maybe 24 chunks. So,
Yeah, so not
not
looking great there.
he does secure quite an early bastion leave though at 6:40. He does have quite a lot of time afforded to him.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of pearls, I think. How many pearls does he have in his inventory? Hopefully a lot. If he gets a little more food, he should be able to spend quite a lot of time pulling around, hitting a fortress. If he gets some good rates and maybe is that a spawner that's loaded in? Perhaps? I think it has. So he'll be looking for that now. Perhaps he's going to be lowering his render distance, opening the chunk borders soon, perhaps. Meanwhile, Dylan sorting his inventory in a bastion, finishing his trades at 7 minutes. Illumina not quite giving up yet, and Ninja Brain is.
so very good stuff here. Man, we gotta see. I think all eyes probably on Curryway at this point. I think Curryway has the best chance of having anything happen here. Looks like looking for a fortress. You know, if you can spot a fortress soon, this is not looking too bad. Otherwise, unfortunately, it might not be great.
His food situation. So he just made mushroom stew, but with dandelions in the recipe. So adding dandelions to the mushroom stew recipe gives it a potion effect called saturation, which basically just gives you a whole lot of health. It's very efficient on food. Unfortunately, Kuraway wasn't able to find a fortress within, decent pace. Chose to give up on the run. He's thinking about tomorrow. He's on to the next day. Hopefully, catching some rest, and putting on some good performance as well tomorrow. Dylan's got a fortress. Okay. So, Illumina has a bastion at 6 minutes. Dylan has, he's post-bastion right now at a fortress. Seems, Dylan's food situation isn't terrific, but he should be able to blind travel. Perhaps sub 11. So, you never know. Maybe Dylan could be able to claim the last dream bounty on the very last run of the night.
That would be quite exciting. Let's see here. He's got a spawner to his left here. Unfortunately, it's another waste biome, which is probably one of the worst biomes I would say to have a fortress, because you can't do anything with your render distance unless you do have that.
Right, but
you have like a
fortunate
lava
for
lake.
him, in a nether waste, since his food situation isn't great right now,
true.
you can see there's a lot of mushrooms on the bridge, which happens quite
Very true.
frequently in nether wastes. So, in between these blaze spawns and blaze kills, he'll be picking up these mushrooms.
Looks like Illumina takes the death here.
Making his run a lot more comfortable. Illumina's reset, Kuraway's reset.
It is all
eyes
on Dylan.
Dylan for this very last run of the night. He's only got 5 rods. Wow. He's getting very fortunate with these blaze spawns and drops. Could be out on the next cycle. Could be perhaps a sub 11, sub 10, or a low 10. That is a great amount of blazes to spawn. Just needs one rod out of one of these guys, and he'll.
Third one. That's it. Come on. Can the
Unlucky. Needs one more second. So it's between 10 and 40 seconds that this spawner is going to activate and spawn 1 to 4 blazes. It's more likely to spawn more blazes with the less blocks around, so you can see he's removing as many blocks as he can to try and get as many blazes as possible in the next cycle.
We fucking
Gets a 3 spawn. Only needs 1 rod. There it is. Securing a 7th rod. Means that if he gets some eye breaks, he's more likely to finish this run. So if anything, he's on some kind of sub 15 pace right now. His coordinates are a little high, looking to lower those a bit. The closer you are to the inner ring of the stronghold, the more likely it is for the stronghold to generate.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Reduces his coordinates a little bit, building his portal.
Toby.
Right.
Decent sub 15 pace. At a high Y level in the Nether, he was able to not end up in a cave, post blind, and now let's see these angle changes.
This is going to be the determining factor.